Well, we are interviewing Jenny Coluccio, the head coach of the Toledo women's golf team, and I say that right, I get it down. But Jenny has helped us out on multiple occasions to hit drives for the players, and she has really taken to the Aurora and its cause. And so, I guess the question for you, Jenny, is really why Toledo? Why Toledo? Why why Aurora? Yes.
To me, it's just the values of everything that Aurora House does. It's women that really need help, that want to improve their situation, but don't necessarily have the means or maybe the village around them. And I feel like the Aurora House really creates that village for them to move forward in their lives and really make a change, break a cycle, and set a new cycle for their lives and the people around them. So the Aurora House really does that, and for me, that's just it's a cause that's really near and dear to my heart. I like that it's a smaller, more intimate situation as well. So you really can get that relationship. You really have that mentorship. So then it really sets them forward in a way that they have safety nets. If things get set back, they have those mentorships that really help them move back forward and really breaking the cycle for them.
Absolutely, and we're just so honored to have you here year after year, and you keep coming back. And every time I send out that text, it's like, oh my God, no, he says, oh, it's him again. But
Spam.
Yeah. But in addition, the Toledo women's team had such a great year this year. Could you talk a little bit about that? Because I know a lot of people would like to hear about that as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It's always great to sing praises and the things that went well. But we had 9 on the team this year, and we really did set some records.
Yeah.
We had our new tournament 54-hole record, which it's been 8 years plus. It was set in 2016. So kind of an old guard to new guard situation. We had 3 individual tournament wins. So Amelia Lee won twice. And that ties the record for us for individual wins in the program. And then Yetum Lee won as well. A whole host of players set their own new records, their personal bests. We had a lot of improvements across the board. But one in particular for us player that was really just an absolute solid, count on her every time, was Macy Hannes, their girl from Bowling Green. And she, every single round of hers basically counted for the team. She was just a pillar and let everybody else shine. And as they ebbed and flowed. But we had a really good year, and culture is a big part of that. So it's, again, I think that's why it pulls me towards the Aurora House. It's that culture piece. Like it's just, it's there. The values are there. But our team is really hitting a stride.
And it's been fun to watch them grow, because you brought them in as freshmen, and now you can just see that they're really starting to take root and really starting to play well.
I've had some people over the years say, why did you recruit this girl, or why did you do this girl over that girl? And I'm like, there's something in my gut that tells me that, and you really start to see it come to fruition here towards the ends of their careers. They really work hard. They really give all of their skills and all their effort to each other, and that makes a big difference for the whole program.
And with any team sport, like you said, it's about chemistry. It's about bringing in those pieces that will be there to pick up for their teammates, say if their teammates having an off game or whatever.
Yes, that's a huge piece for it. And I know golf is such an individual sport, but at the collegiate level, there's a different bond that ties you when an effort and motivation that you have out there to show up and maybe fight a little harder, when if it's just yourself out there, you might react a little differently. So having that bond and making sure that that's tight makes a big difference to how the team does as a whole.
And then also watching the young women hone their skills, because when you bring them in, you probably have that dossier on them. Okay, good driver, tends to spray, or maybe the short game needs to be worked on. And so that's a part of what you do, is to bring them along as well.
Yes. So, I mean, we recruit girls of all kinds of talent level. And, you know, with that, the skill sets, everybody's got their own thing, right? So seeing them hone and really grind those things out is special, to see that like life cycle of the things that they're going through. And then they get to arrive at this certain stage where they do what they do, and it's consistent and it's reliable. Sometimes we know what's going to happen if it's not going well, so those adjustments get a lot easier as you get into that mode.
And one of the real pieces of excitement was a couple of years ago when Toledo hosted. That was just absolutely incredible. Even though the weather didn't cooperate, it was still an amazing experience. I mean, I was there as much as I could be, and it's like, oh, I wish I could be out here more to see this, because this is just absolutely amazing. And watching the women as they're playing, like you said, individually, but for the team, it's just amazing. And then you see where they took that leap this year, and it was not just a step, it was a leap.
This year, yes, we definitely made a leap this year. So we loved hosting the MAC championship, and the community that came around and everyone that came out and watched. We do get to do it special this year. We hosted Inverness from September 24th to the 26th.
Oh my goodness,
So
we've got to get that out.
Field, yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we're going to have that same community feel.
Oh yeah, we got to be out there for that one.
We've got a pretty special field coming as well.
Holy moly.
Florida, Miami, South Florida, Georgia, Virginia, Kent State, Notre Dame, ourselves, Indiana, I'm forgetting one. No, Michigan and Michigan State.
Oh my goodness, this is loaded.
Yeah. So, it's going to be a pretty special event.
Oh my gosh, please get us the information so we can start to...
You'll be seeing a lot more of us before then, too. We're going to have you on the show. So don't
Oh
worry.
my
So
goodness.
yeah, it's called the Glass City Invitational. It's the women's collegiate event this year out at Inverness, and we're really excited to host it again.
Holy cow. I mean, it all goes back to iron sharpening iron. You really, if you test yourself against the best, then when it gets to tournament time, yeah, you're ready.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Holy cow. But that is going to be fun.
It's going to be fun, and our schedule this year has a lot more of a mix of some really difficult events and some other events that I think we're going to seek out to win. So, yeah.
And it seems like at the beginning of this year, you had a lot of tournaments where you had to travel, and
Yes.
and that helps, A, with the bonding, and then B, going against those stronger teams as well.
Yes. Yeah, we traveled a lot last year, a lot away from Toledo, and trying to go seek out some of those events. Some of that comes closer to us this year. We play at Michigan State. We're going to be playing at home twice, actually, in the fall. We're going to host our Rocket Classic out at Utah Island in October.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we're going to be playing in Dayton, and then in the spring we go away again. But we get to go play in Florida's event. We're going to play in some of the bigger events down there, and so it'll be an interesting year.
Wow.
Yeah, and the MAC championships in Columbus this year.
Yeah, and it feels like you have a vision that you're building towards something.
Absolutely. I mean, as coaches, right, we're competitive, so we always kind of like, okay, what's next? And what's next? For me, my vision with the program really is launching these young women into lives forward after college.
Yeah.
And golf is our vehicle for that. Our competitiveness, our details, work on the details, hone your skills, all the qualities that go into it.
Yeah.
And then those things too with relationships, how we treat other people, and knowing their strengths, important to set them off in their futures after they leave our program.
Yeah. And so after graduation, how many are coming back?
We have a fair number that stay involved. We actually, my second graduating class in 5 years.
Oh, okay.
We had a gap in graduating classes, just how our recruitment went. But we said goodbye this year to Claudia Sampson and Captain Roth. They graduated. Luckily, they're from the area, so we're going to stay pretty involved. But we have a good number of alumni that stay connected.
Yeah. And what kind of team are you bringing back for 2023, 2024?
So out of our starting 5, basically from all spring, all 5 return. And
Wow.
6th.
Oh, this is going to be fun, especially.
Interesting year.
Wow.
4 of those 5 are seniors.
Yeah, and who was a fifth year?
Amelia Lee is coming back with a 5th year.
Oh my goodness.
The
Oh
last
my.
class that gets her fifth year.
Yeah.
So she's our engineer as well. So she's a computer science and electrical engineering major. Yes.
Yeah.
I see that stone face look on
Oh
you.
no, but
Yes.
it actually hit another point because the GPA of the team is just absolutely unbelievable.
Yes. It's phenomenal. I think this year we had almost a 3.8
Mm-hmm.
as a team.
Yeah.
So that's 9 players
That is.
combining. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that and I said, "Are you kidding me?"
I mean, it goes to culture too.
Yes.
They hold each other accountable. We set the precedent, and then they follow through with it. They care the quality that they put into it, and all of that matters.
Yeah, and like you said, you have one who's in engineering.
Yes.
And what are some of the other majors that?
Well, we have all kinds of majors.
Mm-hmm.
We have engineering. We have exercise science.
Mm-hmm.
We have 2 in finance. We have criminal justice. We have 1 in psychology, and we have another one in health and human services.
That is amazing. And to come up with the 3.8, that is just unbelievable. I mean, they talk about the best way to play golf, and it's to basically swing and the ball is just in the way. Basically, for these women, they're getting their education. Oh, and golf just happens to be there as well.
Yes, for a lot of them. I mean, for us, it's kind of A1 and A2.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you have your top 2 priorities.
Yeah.
They kind of intermix and intertwine and shift and go back. But for them, again, golf's a vehicle. So
Yeah.
a lot of the things that they use or learn in golf, those concepts matter and can use in their life and in school.
Yeah.
Same thing in school. Some of those things that they're learning in concepts, taking care of things, we use in golf as well. So it really intertwines.
And then, well, hit another point because Dave Truman, who's part of our group, really is into getting women involved in golf because it seems as though there are a ton of golf scholarships that just go begging, and there's just so much that can be learned.
Absolutely.
And so, I guess from your standpoint, what are the real true key virtues that golf kind of brings to a woman as she is going through her classes and while she's improving her game?
So to me, discipline is part of it, right? You got to have a little bit of discipline to go anywhere. So discipline is part of it.
Yeah.
It's fun too. It's a fun sport. You have to find joy in the things that you do.
Yeah.
Or you're going to burn out. So having something that you can also find joy in.
Yeah.
And for us too, it's the competitiveness. When you get into the professional world, it can be competitive.
Yeah.
So if you're used to an environment that way, you know how to thrive in that kind of environment. But for women in general, getting into the sport, a lot of times it opens a lot of doors.
Yeah.
And not just from the college aspect. You know, I think of some of my girls, we have one that caddies out at Inverness. The amount of connections that she's making, simply because she knows the sport, she's there, she's present, and then they can have those deeper conversations. So a lot of times, there's not a lot of females that are in that.
Yeah.
Because of the precedent, or they don't have the skill set. So you miss out on business that happens in those relationships on the golf course.
Yeah.
And not just in business itself, but many other professions that do that. So it opens a lot of doors if you can handle your own on the golf course.
And I mean, as you came up as a player, and now you're a coach, and you've coached so many women, what would you say to that 8, 9, 10-year-old girl who says, why would I get into golf? Or the family of, oh my gosh, this is so expensive and that type of thing. What would you say to them that could encourage them to take up golf?
So I'm gonna the second point first. Is the financial piece.
Yeah.
There's a lot of programs out there. The First Tee is one of them.
Yeah.
Hugely funded program, and it can really introduce you into the game, not just the game, but the values that the game brings.
Yeah.
And that they teach. The First Tee are really fantastic. It's a really good program. And there's other junior things and clubs and stuff like that that you can get into that really don't cost all that much.
Yeah.
Garage sailing for clubs.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Good ones. And then to the first point, like the girls getting into that age, more for the parents' message. If the parents play and the girls aren't,
Yeah.
Find a way to make it fun for them.
Yeah.
If it's fun, they'll do it, and then they'll get into the competitive aspects.
Yeah.
I was one of those girls. I didn't really think of golf as a sport at all until I was about 15 years old.
Wow. Okay.
So I went along, I did junior golf, I played a few holes with my dad,
Mm-hmm.
but it was never really expectant of me, and I was never really as interested in it
Yeah.
until my sophomore year of high school. So for the parents, be patient
Mhm.
and make it fun.
Yeah.
And for the girls, give it a shot.
Yeah.
Find whatever fun is. And if 2 holes is it, play 2 holes in your yard.
Mm-hmm.
And then you either get into it and enjoy the time that you get to spend with the other person,
Mm-hmm.
or you start to learn it and then you'll pick it back up later. My brother picked it back up 20 years later. So,
Yeah. Okay.
you know, I mean, you find it in your own time. I think if you force golf on somebody,
Mm-hmm.
then they will never come back to it.
Yeah. Wow. Oh.
Well, only thing I have left to ask, Robert covered most all the bases.
Yeah.
My only question is, you're here today to hit shots for people, to help them with their game. Any pressure on you to try and drop it over there near the pin?
I think there's always a little bit of pressure, or maybe expectation, right? I'm the golf coach, so there
Yeah.
might be some expectation. But honestly, I welcome that. It keeps me sharp. It keeps me remembering what it's like to be, you know, under the gun.
Keeps those competitive juices flowing?
Oh, it does. It does. And I got to get them sparked up again because I have my own tournament in August, so I got to get that sparked up again.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, I'll have the USGA Mid-Am qualifier.
Oh my gosh.
In early August.
Okay. And so you're because I
Gluttony for punishment sometimes.
yeah I thought I remembered you going for that last year as well.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I played in both the AM qualifier and the Mid-Am qualifier.
Mm-hmm.
How often do you get out to play?
Not as often as I'd probably like to. So with 2 boys and a lot of other busy things going on.
Yeah.
So I've played twice so far this year.
Wow.
But get out and practice. Take them out. Again, my kids are getting into it in a way.
Mhm.
We go whenever they ask. We want to try to make it fun and not put it on them, since my husband and I are both in the sport.
Oh yeah, that's the other point. Is your husband can hit the ball, I think 2 to 3 miles as well, and so that's amazing because both of you are so into the sport, and then you have to walk that fine line because you have your 2 sons, and you'd love to see them play, but like you said, you don't want to burn them out.
Right. I want them to enjoy the sport.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, if they can play competitively or not, it's their choice.
Yeah.
But I'd like for them to understand the sport,
Mhm.
appreciate the sport, and for us to be able to have family time in the sport.
And then-
outside of that, it's their choice.
And then I've also seen through your Facebook posts and that type of thing where they're involved in other sports, which is
Very much
really
so.
nice, having them involved in just a lot of different things and not just focusing on one.
Very much so. I think kids being able to play a lot of different sports helps so many things. It
Mhm.
helps injury. It helps them realize how to be on a team when you're on a team sport. You
Mhm.
have to have other people doing their job
Mm-hmm.
in order for you all to succeed. There's a lot of things that go playing cross sports and everything else.
Yeah.
So I think as long as they can do it and as long as the opportunity is there, play as many sports as you can as long as you can.
Yeah, because we've seen a lot of emphasis on the traveling teams and really focusing on one sport if a kid shows aptitude that way, and it just seems like it is a recipe for possibly burning them out, or like you said, leading to injury because they're not as well grounded in just athleticism.
Right. That athleticism piece makes a big difference.
Mm-hmm.
So I think a big part of that is also the joy of it, right?
Yeah.
It's hard to want to hold a kid back when they're really enjoying something and
Oh, yeah.
really want to do. Like my son's in baseball, and we get done with a game,
Mhm.
doubleheader, and he says, "Mom, can we go throw in the backyard?"
Yeah.
So it's hard to really rein that in,
Mhm.
use that energy, but also trying to teach them that being good in multiple ways is an asset too, because you never know what might happen. If you do get injured and you want to move to another thing, and that's kind of what happened with me. I played a lot of volleyball.
Oh,
And
okay.
I got injured, and my mom was like, "Well, why not golf? Let's try it." And I'm like,
Wow, okay.
And then I got addicted.
Mhm.
So here I am.
Yeah, and then going through those Facebook posts, it seems like Mom's got a cannon when she goes out to play catch too.
Oh gosh.
She's got a gun.
I've had to go a few times to get my own shoulder worked done a little bit, but yeah, I have to keep up, Robert. I have to
Oh my gosh! No, it was amazing. I was watching one of those that you had posted. It's like, okay, she's the golf coach, but she can throw. That's
I had brothers growing up, so I've had the whole life thing if I have to keep up, right? So yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think we're good.
All right. Well, once
you
again,
all.
thank you very much for joining us again and not spamming my requests.
This is one of the ones that's the top of my list every
Yeah.
day.
Billy,
Yeah. And I don't know, have you been to the house yet?
I have not been recently,
Okay.
no.
Okay, yeah, we definitely want to invite you and get you out because I think you'll really love some of the things that are going on, like building the garden, that community garden. And that's really the nice thing about Aurora is that it's not just taking their mission and using it internally, but they're looking to create a safe environment by making the environment around them safe as well. And so if you can come out and take a look at the garden, I think you'll really be impressed.
I would love to.
All right.
Let me know.
Sounds good. But once again, thank you very much. And we will chase down Cheryl when she comes. If there's a little bit of, would it be okay if she's out and she has a little bit of spare time that we talk to her as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Cheryl's one of our rising seniors from Malaysia.
Oh, yeah.
So she would be more than willing to talk to you.
Okay, sounds good. All right, well, thanks again. And so we are going to go around and try to dodge golf balls and see what trouble we can get into. But thanks again, once again, Jenny Coluccio, the women's coach, head women's coach for the rising Toledo women's golf team.
is it ready to blast off?
Yeah, and yes, trust me, we will get more information out here on a lot of those exciting events that are being planned. If you have anything, if you could go ahead and send it to me as a message, then we'll make sure we get it out.
Perfect. Thank you, gentlemen.
All right, thanks again.